Broke the lunch. You might have to feed your enemy to recover your stuff. Oh, y'all still. David had to feed. Watch carefully. Y'all missed it. Y'all missed a good place to say, oh God, I thank you. But that's not the lesson. I don't want y'all to stay there. David had to feed a young, forgotten, used, almost lifeless black man. Isn't it amazing that David had to feed a black man to get his stuff back? God raised a black man to help Christ carry the cross. The last one to touch the cross with Jesus was a black man. He that hath an ear at 2015, let him hear. That it took black men to get encouraged and strengthened before the will of God could be done. Oh God. Look at there, my half hour is up. Could I have 7 minutes? 7. And so now the king has been anointed to raise up wounded, forgotten, used black men that have enough wisdom to say, you're anointed, but I can show you how to get it done. Oh. Because we left 1/3 behind us. And they get down late afternoon, early evening to where the Amalekites was. And the Bible gives us one little verse that just glosses over it. And here is my lesson. I came to you, Temple, I came tonight to just give you that one verse. And David fought. He fought from evening till twilight the next day. In case you missed that, I need you to understand. That meant that we start fighting tonight up Southern Avenue. And we fight till 2 o'clock. That's a lot of fighting. And we make our way out the Suitland Parkway by 6 in the morning. We are exhausted. We're cut. Our knees is busted. Some of us are wounded. We got broken arms, but we still fight. They fought till the evening of the next day. See, I have been over the moon with pastors, my friends, my brothers, my colleagues. I love them, who just make you think that God gonna throw stuff in your hand. And the Lord said, pursue, for thou shalt surely recover all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hold on. God told him he would get it back. God didn't tell him about the fight. The fight was never mentioned. David thought he was going to go down, see his wife, maybe cut the king's throat, and then we're going to go back home. David didn't know that the enemy was going to say not so. He had to fight. Bear in mind, he's already tired, but he had to fight. Bear in mind that he just came from one battle. He hasn't been to sleep. He cried till he had no more strength. He has nothing to eat. Half of his army's gone, and he had to fight until he had to go through the middle of the night. And most historians from the Jewish persuasion believe that God did it again. What did he do, Pastor? He did this. You remember the fire by night that he lit up over Israel so that they would be warm? You can't fight at night. They had no street lights. But Jewish historians believe that God showed up over the camp and lit it up so David could see. Okay. Hold that thought. I'm almost right where I want to be. Then we'll release the prophetic, and then we're going to worship, and then we're done. We're going home. He fights all night. He fights all night. He fights all morning, all the next morning. I come tonight, and God told me 2 weeks ago that by the time I get in here, somebody was going to be in a fight, and they was going to be tired. I'm like, God, this is supposed to be a happy time. He said, it's supposed to be. But somebody in there is going to be fighting for their family. They're going to be fighting for their health. They're going to be fighting for the cancer to disappear. They're going to be fighting for Big Mama because she can't pray for herself. They're going to be fighting for Junebug who's locked up. He said there's going to be a fight going on in the camp. He said tell them I said fight. It might be 3 in the morning, but say hallelujah anyhow. It might be 6 in the morning, but lift their hands and praise me. I am right there with you. I wish that I had time to go back into the book of Chronicles, because these scholars behind me, I feel them pulling on me. They saying, Wright, you left it out. You left it out. I didn't leave it out. I know exactly what it says. If you go back in the book of Chronicles, y'all remember when I told y'all remember I told you that 200 men was left at the house? Well, if you go back and read this story over in the book of Chronicles, you'll find that God touched the heads of the army of Manasseh. And when the Manasseh tribe found out that David was going to battle, let me tell you something. God got some folks that'll fight for you that ain't in your camp. The Bible said that Manasseh, over in Chronicles, that the tribes of Manasseh said, where's David going? David is going to battle, but he ain't got enough men to fight. And the tribe of Manasseh showed up with their swords, and they joined with David and the enemy that Saul wouldn't king. David and Manasseh killed them right there on the spot. But it took a while. Give somebody a high five. Tell them, but it took a while. And if you quit now, your help that's on the way to meet you to fight in this battle, that person that's about to get a transfer from Minneapolis here just so they can fund your business, if you stop fighting, God will tear up their paperwork. He got an army coming to meet you that don't sit on your row. Manasseh showed up to fight with him, and he didn't see that coming. He didn't know that when God said pursue, well, we just thought the little Christian thing, God gonna give me something else for nothing, something else for nothing, something else for nothing. No. He's not gonna save your children without a fight. He's not gonna re-anoint you without a fight. He's not gonna heal you without a fight. Your prayer partner won't be there. When my back broke, I had prophets in God's kingdom prophesy. He in the hospital. God is whooping his donkey. They said another word. They prophesied I wouldn't get off my bed. The 200 can be left behind. If you ever go through anything, somebody will raise up to prophesy God's judgment on your life. Went through when my church budget dropped to 15% of what it normally was. They prophesied. Thus said the Lord, I see birds flying where Wright worshiping. Birds gonna fly in that place. They might, but I own it. God raised the price, sold the building, paid our land off. We went to the Army Corps of Engineers with 24 acres. I owed $4 million. God took $2 million on the land, Bishop. You smarter than me. You look better than me tonight, too. I'm going to give me a new suit, and I'm going to do better Sunday. He took $2 million for my building, but the land was wrapped in it, okay? The 24.7 acres of land. He took that. The bank said, well, you ain't paid the land off. I said, well, sir. He said, tell you what, we're going to wipe the debt clean, take the land, and do something with it. Well, the bank only thought that it was 6 acres of buildable, and they thought it was 18 acres of wetland because it's right on the beltway, not just off. My fence is $4.95. But when they built $4.95 in 1963, our land was a borrow pit, meaning they took the dirt from where we was and put it on so everybody wrote down 495, got some land. So we've been maybe 3 or 4 years in with the Army Corps of Engineers, and after they walked it off about 4 or 5 times, they said, Reverend, you don't have 6 acres. They said everywhere our foot touched is good. The bank gave you what they thought was good. But let me tell you, at $350 or maybe $400,000 per acre where you are, you have 26 acres of buildable land paid for. Shall I pursue? Shall I recover all? So God will take you from being in debt to owning $10 million. Okay, that didn't go well with everybody because nobody didn't hear what I just said. Over the prophets who said that you'll have nothing. Didn't see that coming. But it don't happen without a fight. And sometimes God has to get your critics away from you so you can hear nothing but his voice. David never saw the all-night fight coming. When we read this text, preachers stop with their own humanity, and David recovered everything. They left out the fight. They left out what you're going through tonight and last night and in March and in February, because it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen overnight. David fought from the evening. Join hands with somebody and ask him, how bad do you want it? Don't let them go. Tell them you can't quit the first time you get cut. That blood you see might be yours. But how bad do you want this? Are you going to quit just because somebody don't want to walk with you? Are you quitting because you're going through something that nobody not going to pray with you about? Are you quitting because she got the new car and you didn't? Are you quitting because he got the new house and you didn't? Are you quitting because... Saints, you got to be willing to fight. Somebody lift your voice and give God a worthy praise. Stop right there. And here is why the Lord sent me to this house. Oh, y'all want good preaching? My friend and brother will be here tomorrow night. He going to preach your socks off. Matter of fact, don't even wear them. Just put them in your pocketbook, ladies. Brother, put them in your back pocket. Don't even put no socks on tomorrow. He going to preach them off. Y'all going to get good preaching tomorrow night. I come to talk about what you never saw coming. The thing that you're fighting with right now. Disallow anybody to talk about David, because he's the only one with the ephod. Good, bad, right, wrong, left, right, tall, short. He was the only one that God told out of the bunch, pursue. He didn't tell the other 400 nothing. He said, pursue. I am not here in this place because I saw it. I didn't see it till after it was built. He didn't tell me nothing about it. I don't know how we got here. I just know we here. Are y'all still hearing what I'm saying? Look at somebody, tell them, pursue. Thou shalt surely recover all. But don't go to tripping when you go after it, there's some resistance. Because he fought all night, the next day, noontime, afternoon, started into the evening. He was going on 24 hours of fighting. I ain't talking about, I've been up for 24. Some folk you can't get to pray with you 24 minutes. And I'm not being funny. There's some folk won't pray with you 24 minutes. They'll do you like Job. After they sit with you for a while, they get up and say, you must have sinned. When Job himself didn't know why he was going through what he was going through. I faced death twice
twice, and only the saints that are in our house prayed. The ones that I paid their mortgage, I bought food, I got their sons out of jail. They came to me when they had cancer. I laid hands on them. They got healed. They left and said, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in this mess. And you have to go and say, bring me the ephod. And you got to lay before God for yourself. And say, God, is this ministry I got over? I'll be happy to go teach school. I have 3 doctorates. Earned 4.0 PhD clinical psychology. I can teach at every institution in America. And I'm like, God, can I just go and get a job? Give me a trailer in Alabama and 2 acres give me 1 acre where just a driveway where nobody can find me. Can I just let go? And God said, get up and pursue, because thou shalt surely recover all. Temple, I come to tell you tonight, I come almost on an Ahithophelic assignment. Talk to your pastor. He's well versed in that, better than me, about who Ahithophel was, how he was a counselor to the king. He was David's strongest mind. Problem was, Ahithophel had a granddaughter. Her name was Bathsheba. And he turned on David. But before that, he was the greatest mind, and David would send him to negotiate the strongest deals. I feel like God sent me here tonight to tell you, don't run another day. Don't back off another day. There's some text messages you don't ever answer ever again. There's some phone calls, when they come, look at the caller ID and let them go to voicemail. Somebody help me say, I don't want it in my spirit no more. You cannot do battle and text at the same time. Sanctify yourselves, because there's a fresh wind about to blow over this house. Do you hear me what I'm saying? There's a fresh wind about to blow over this house. You misfit, you never fit in. You always look to where you belong. You're always struggling, trying to fit in. All your life, thank God for this lady who's holding your hand. Because all your life before this, you've always been trying to find your balance. This is it. The fight is going to prove to be worth it. Your greatest days are in front of you. The worst is behind you. Do you hear what I'm saying? No. I'm not that guy. I don't need nothing from you. You didn't fly me in. I don't need to take a special offering. My wife right here, she can drive me to the house where the mortgage just happened to be paid this month. I'm good. I'm telling you, because your greatest days are in front of you. Most folk have a fear of failure. That's not your problem. You have a different fear, my friend. You've been through so much, you have a fear of success. If you just can overcome how you saw yourself and just look up, because your redemption draws nigh. I see you holding hands, but you need to lift your own hands now, right now. Just, yeah. This day, the fear of success falls off you. And the greatness of God. I don't know. I know you're ready to pursue and recover all, but what you didn't see coming was the fight. And you're like, oh God, are you sure that was for me? Yeah. It was you. It was you all the time. Pursue. The word not going to change. God gave him one word. Note, in the middle of the battle, God didn't come down and talk with him. He didn't have to. He already had help for him. Just keep going till you meet the help that God has ordained for your life. You don't need another word every day. That's why prophets come and they go. You don't need a prophet to talk to you every day. And I'm all for prophets. Don't miss what I'm saying. You don't need another word. The word you got is strong enough. Now, I want you to take this. It's not criticism, it's observation. Take this with the love that I offer you. Right now, your worship is limited to just where your hands are. Usually, we raise our hands to our head. Your worship is right by what you understand. If you're going to get victory, your worship got to go past your head. Your worship got to go beyond what you understand. You're going to have to lift your hands up with no answers and say, God, I'm going after it, and I'm going to fight until my help comes. I'm looking for my Manasseh. I'm going to fight until help gets here. And the conclusion of the matter was this, that at the end of the story, at the end of the chapter goes out by saying this, that the only people who was left, how many did David start out with in the battle? 400. 200 stayed home. The chapter closes by saying this, that there was 400 men that ran off in a distance because they ran from the battle. How many did David start off with? 400. He whooped them all night until when the battle got even, they ran. Gosh, I thought y'all was going to get that. He started with 400. He looked over the hill and 400 was running from him. He whooped the excess, and when it became a fair fight, they couldn't handle him. He watched 400 run from him. That's how awesome you are, right where you are. The problem is that you're ready to quit. Yet? Are you tired yet? Where's your daughter? Are you ready to fight for your home? How about your ministry? Did you get a promise or not? Well, some folk didn't come with you. I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta shout. I gotta praise him. Nobody on my side, but I gotta go. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on. Fight on. The sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. Somebody give me a fight motion. Give me a fight motion. Oh, God. Some of y'all ain't gonna get nothing. Some of you need to lean on your stuff. Take your knife and say, you try to get my son. This ain't no game. You try to get my destiny. Do you understand what that means? You try to steal from me. The only thing I got to give God an account for when I get to heaven is my destiny and my call. You try to tell me that I shouldn't preach no more, and I almost believed you. But the only thing I got to give an account for that I'll hear well done for is my call. tired of sleepless nights. Kill you. Some of you know what? I'm just looking for a few of y'all to get mad enough and thrust that thing like you mean it. I got God's promise. Look at you. I can't get but 8 of y'all to do it, Don't be in the 200 to get left behind. You better join this 400 band. I said, stab it real good. Kill that doubt. Take away that envy. Disallow that worry to get in your car. I know. You ain't see that coming. You thought that when you got to that word, yeah, I pursue. I gonna recover all. No. You're gonna fight for this. You gotta what? You gotta what? How long will you fight? Till it's over. Older saints had what we don't have. When I got saved, I like all the new artists. They pretty good sometimes. Mothers in the house would sing songs like, I'm on the battlefield for my Lord. And I promised him that I would serve him till I die. I'm on the battlefield. And then when he bring me no foolishness, because I'm going to stay on the battlefield for my Lord. I need all of you that got a promise, but some stuff missing in your life. Meet me at this altar right now. I'm looking for this army. I don't need but 400. If 200 of you want to stay back, it's all right. It's really not all right. But where are the 400 that's going to come up here right now? You might be tired. Pastor, I'm tired. I know. Life been hard. I know. God made me some promises and I don't see them. I know. I know. I didn't see that coming. People will drop out the choir. They drop off the pulpit. They jump out the deacon board. They won't even give you a ride home. I got no voice, absolutely none. But if you lift your hands, Jesus, you're the center of my joy. And all that's good and perfect comes from you. You're